League as we join you from Northwest Stadium, just outside Washington, D.C. Today we've got an NFC matchup on tap, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Washington Commanders. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And before kickoff, Charles, quickly your keys to the game.
Well, partner, I could give you the standard ones, turnovers, special teams play. But here's one that doesn't get talked about much anymore, and that's time of possession. Whoever controls the football, gives their defense a break, and takes care of business, that's the team that's going to win this ball game.
Here's the kicker, Jake Bates, ready to get this one started. And off we go in our nation's capital. Ooh, with a juke. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. They'll be led out by their quarterback. Out of Oregon, it's Marcus Mariota.
Coming out of Oregon as the Heisman Trophy winner, we thought that this guy was headed towards superstardom, and while he didn't quite reach those heights, he did have some flashes along the way. And right now, his athleticism continues to keep him in the league. Still has a good arm, mobile, a great guy to have in the locker room. He can win if given an opportunity.
They'll run here with a rookie. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Here's Mariota. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And the Lions will take over. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. They'll be led out by the first overall selection of the 2016 draft. From Cal, it's Jared Goff.
And it wasn't that long ago that there were a lot of conversations about whether Jared Goff was truly going to be a frontline starter in the NFL, and he has proven all of those critics wrong. He's taken his game up big notches in the last few years. Now what he needs to do, sustain that success in the regular season come playoff time.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs. And he stopped immediately there. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. In trouble, and he's taken down. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Jack Fox out here on 4th down. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Here's Krosky Merritt to start the drive. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 37-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
How to approach this. 3rd down and 16 yards to go. From the gun, Mariota. He'll try and do this himself. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. He certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And that will come the offense as they take over. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 34 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
Now Goff. Throw over the middle. He finds Williams. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3. At the Commanders' 37-yard line.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this 1st quarter. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
3rd and 2. Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. They lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down.
When coaches stress their defense being physical, they don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. And he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Washington offense set to take over. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. The drive begins with a carry by Krosky-Merritt. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, in every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Hitting Samuel on the slant, and he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Now Mariota. And returns it right back to Samuel. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 38-yard line.
Mariota. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to, pick up a 1st down.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Again, it's Mariota. And he's got his man in stride, complete. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll make it 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here.
17 yards. That's another Washington 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the 1st half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Throwing is Mariota. To the right side, and he's got more complete. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 9.
They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. To throw Mariota. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3.
A 47-yard attempt.
And Gay knocks this one through. And the Commanders get out to a 3-0 lead. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Lions offense set to take over. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
The tight end in motion right. And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Deron Payne, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's Goff. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Lions with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. That's caught. It's Sam Laporta. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Detroit Lions, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. Goff now looks to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
2nd and 5. Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
3rd and 4. Here's Goff. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 24-yard line.
That's the third time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
Goff now to throw. The throw out wide going to be incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now back to the ground. Here's Gibbs. Oh, good move. And so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. 66 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
Gibbs is in for a Lions touchdown. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic, and it sounds almost right, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Now the try here for the point after. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was all capped off by a touchdown run from Jahmyr Gibbs. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The beautiful fake. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Looking to put a drive together. Working out of the gun, Mariota. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And he's going to have a Commanders first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
And a Commanders first down.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. Mariota to throw it this time. Open man is the tight end, John Bates. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They get 17 there. Good for a Commanders first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Now he's going to step up and run. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
That's a gain of 4.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
They pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with a back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talk about in different games, those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it. I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. To throw is Mariota. He's going to find his receiver, Chris Moore. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
3rd and 7.
Now this drive, they're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need 7 yards here. Throwing, Mariota. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but the flag comes out for interference.
And now you're set up right on the doorstep of the goal line. 1 yard away changes what your play calls are going to be.
Now they send a running back in motion right. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. It's a loss of 5 there on the sack to bring up 2nd and goal.
And he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Mariota to throw it. Caught on the slant. And he takes it in for a Commanders touchdown. Chris Moore, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Commanders are able to move back in front. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself, no reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told.
And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Jahmyr Gibbs and the rest of the offense headed back out. And the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield and get the ball in his hands in open space. And just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with a run so far. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Goff now looking to throw. That's complete right side. It's to Slaw. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down.
And the Lions first down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Now it's gone. That's to the tight end, Laporta. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Jamison Williams, 36 yards. And the Lions have moved out in front. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? R-A-C?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Montgomery is into the end zone. Touchdown, Lions. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
To try here for the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was David Montgomery's touchdown run that polished it all off. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Marcus Mariota in the offense heading back out. He had the short touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll begin again here on 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. On 1st down, it's Krosky-Merritt. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 40 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
That's good for a Washington 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. That escapes the sack. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll get it out to midfield. He'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when he decided not to throw it on 1st down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the 1st down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
A gain of
15 yards the pickup. 1st down, Washington.
Now, how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they show off their arms.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Now Mariota. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. They'll throw again. Mariota. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. And the Lions are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
But Jahmyr Gibbs in the Lions offense getting set once again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. After the interception, here's Goff. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half.
At the 26-yard line.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, Goff. Throw over the middle, he finds Williams. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
Detroit.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw, Goff. Going underneath, Gibbs has it. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Now a 2nd and 2. Gone. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 44-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and that's enough to move the chains.
1st down, Lions.
Halftime coming up. Let's get you down to Orlando and our buddy Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the 3rd quarter as we're ready to kick off the 2nd half. Back out to our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Scott, thanks a bunch. And we'll see which team's adjustments are going to pay dividends here as we are just about ready for the start of the 2nd half. Gay now set to kick it off.
For Washington.
And he takes this near the 25, just a little there, call it the 26. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their own 26. On play action, they'll throw. He's got right on the short throw. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33. Play action. It's Goff. This to Laporta, right side. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
It's a gain of 14.
It's a gain of 14 and a 1st down for Detroit.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
Here's Goff. Over the middle, complete. It's Williams. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
That next teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did. Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now gone. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6. And it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here's Goff. Over the middle and taken in by Laporta. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a 1st down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Gibbs straight ahead. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
This is 2nd and 8. Here's Goff. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And 3rd and 8 now.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Goff now looks to throw. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the 2nd half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Bates' kick is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. First possession of the 2nd half now for Washington. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the 2nd half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
From the 25, here's a 2nd down and 9. They'll run once more with JCM. Well, now after all of this, hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. Well, hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing is Mariota. He's got his man. That's Ertz downfield. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Samuel in motion. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. And he's just going to run right into that big old defensive end, and that play going nowhere. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Third and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. Now Mariota. He'll try and do this himself. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This from 54 yards away. Gay's kick is good. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
That was a good illustration of setting the edge as a defensive end, being able to make sure that you stay on your feet no matter what type of block, and you're not going to get pushed inside. Stayed home, skated to the outside, and made the play.
To throw is gone. He's got it complete to Gibbs. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Setting up the screen, this is Gibbs. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. And the screen does get him 9, but it also brings up a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long, because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the 1st down.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. On 4th down, Goff. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw, Mariota. Throw left side complete. That's more. It'll be a gain of 5. And that will bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 5 at the 31-yard line.
Moore, the man in motion. Out of the gun, they go with Krosky Merritt. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 77 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. That was excellent from start to finish, from the blocking to the running, just well executed.
And now let's look ahead, because after that, how about a little play action, maybe a little bootleg, and get the quarterback out on the corner and give him a little run-pass option.
They're right down here looking for 6. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Defense simply not fooled by the draw there.
Well, they were thinking run to begin with, and what they tell their defensive linemen is play the run on your way to the quarterback. If someone shows, go get him, and that's exactly what they did.
Up the middle, Krosky Merritt. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Throwing, Mariota. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle because they've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of a play that looked like it was in trouble.
On 4th down, the Commanders send out Matt Gay to try the field goal. This a fairly straightforward 22-yard short attempt. And Gay knocks this one through. And that'll bring him back within a point. He's got 9 points on field goals now. He's made 3 of them. That gets him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And for him, it's not his concern, right? He just goes out there when they call on him and goes ahead and puts points up on the board. But the offense has got to get together and figure out what's stalling their drives, so they have to keep calling on him.
After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Lions offense and Jared Goff set to take over once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Off play action. Here's Goff. Throws out left. It's caught by Williams. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
Goff. That's complete right side. It's to Slaw. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
In Washington territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 45-yard line. On the give. Here's Gibbs. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. 2 yards on the pick.
3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. Now Goff. Open man right side is St. Brown. So 8 yards on the completion there. And now 1 yard to go on third down. So a decent gain there, but not their fourth consecutive first down like they had on the first 3 plays.
You sound almost disappointed there. You want to fire the offensive coordinator on that one or what?
They'd gotten into a rhythm. I thought they were just going to keep going.
Well, almost a win for the defense, but if that's your win, you're not doing very well right now.
And he is going to have the Lions first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
It's been a good drive so far. They just wanted to keep it going, so they call low-risk, low-reward play. No one's worried about picking up big yardage here. Quarterback sneak, keep the chains moving, and pick up another first down.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. In motion goes the tight end. On first and 10, here's Gibbs. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They'll go again with Gibbs. And he's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage, but that's about it. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Goff now to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
They got the completion, but they didn't get the first down. So you got to think if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you're pretty happy with what you just accomplished.
Yeah, like you said, got him out of bounds, stopped the clock, kept him short of the marker. They go ahead and snap it. Gone. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they'll get this down to the 10. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal.
At the 10-yard line.
Boy, that was a big gamble for them right there. They went for it on 4th down, showed a little chutzpah because they did it with the lead here in the 4th quarter. And this defense is once again unable to stop him.
They'll run with Montgomery. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. David Montgomery with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions are able to build on to their fourth quarter lead.
Sometimes you get a first and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on first down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Extra point attempt to come here. And with that, the lead is up to 8. A 10-play drive that time. And it was David Montgomery's touchdown run that polished it all off. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Commanders' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. There's still plenty of time here in the fourth quarter. In just a one-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage. That stop made by Jack Campbell. From the 33, here's 2nd and 5. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Again, it's Krosky Merritt. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 86 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
And the Commanders first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
On play action, Mariota. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
A gain of 12 yards. That's another Washington first down.
Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job.
And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. From the gun, Mariota. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's more.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have. There was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, You see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense, but when you add to it, you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the fourth quarter. Got to feel pretty good as a defense.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. And Detroit getting set to go now. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Good push from the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this lead. Now, they've got to get things to the finish line, and that's a solid pickup there to begin the drive.
This 2nd and 4. Another run for Gibbs here. Oh, able to avoid him. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. And the tight end goes in motion left. Now a play fake, and it's gone. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. How good has he been throwing the football, though? And despite that incompletion, that's just the 3rd time he's been off target this entire game.
And Brandon, I've been on the other side of this equation, trying to defend a guy who's been this hot. And it chips away at your confidence. And when you're not confident when you're trying to defend, it makes you slower to the football, and it leads to more completions for them.
Gone. Going underneath, Gibbs has it. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Goff now looking to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 33 yards. And the Lions have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here this 4th quarter. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index, because now it's a 2-score game here the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Now the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Here's Mariota. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Mariota. He hits more on the screen. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Mariota. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
5 yards on the play. That's another Washington Commanders 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible. The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Now a 2nd and 10. They'll throw again. Mariota. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Commanders get a bit closer. So this now a 9-point difference. You figure the book here says kick the extra point, make it a 1-score game.
Now, you and I have seen coaches get overly aggressive in this spot, but I agree with you. Kick it here and get back within a score.
And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for 1 here. And it's good, so that will get them back within 1 score. That time, a 6-play drive. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And he returns this to the 22. The Lions offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays, they're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal? In the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Now it's gone. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. And this offense on third down today, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 9. Goff now looks to throw. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. First play of the drive in their hip pocket. Of course, the focus here has to be the touchdown or the 2-point conversion. Field goals aren't going to help you.
Yeah, but how about that first play of the drive? Just to get them started. Nice gain. Got some positive momentum going. They're on their way, and they don't have to rush.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. Pass complete, Samuel. What a big tackle there defensively.
One of the most difficult things for a defender to do, and think about the speed that he brought down. If he gets away, he's likely gone.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Here's Mariota. Pass caught. It's Lane with it. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Here's 2nd and a yard. Now Mariota. He's going to find his receiver, Chris Moore. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 27-yard line. He has been terrific today, hasn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. Running flawless 2-minute drill right here. This has been quarterbacking 101 with a flourish.
Here's 1st down. To throw, Mariota. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Not good. They didn't move the football an inch, and precious time ticking off the clock.
2nd and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Clock under 50 seconds to play. Here's 2nd down. Mariota throws the out route and completes it to Samuel. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
An important one here, no doubt. 3rd and 4. A run inside, Marcus Mariota. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2.
Washington first down. First down and 10 yards to go.
Final minute, 1 timeout remaining. First and 10. Now Mariota. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick 6.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. The extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is up to 15 now.
Commanders 23.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Mariota sets to lead this offense. Down by 15. 20 seconds to go. It's an extremely tall order in front of them, but they've got the ball with a first down. Back to it after the pick 6. Mariota. Now he's going to step up and run. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
8 yards on the
now
pickup.
Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout
36-yard line.
as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. They come up now on 2nd and 2. Throwing is Mariota. Now he'll tuck this and run. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49.
13 yards on the play.
What a performance. All those points put on the board. And, Charles, it wasn't just by the offense. The defense put some points on the board as well. They were solid today.
Yeah, it was a complete effort to secure the win, and both sides of the ball made big plays. But how demoralizing is it when the opposing defense can take one all the way back against you? And that was the case here. That really sparked them to victory.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we sign off from Landover.